A mother who went to her son's house and returned home at 2 a.m. The best thing you can do tonight is go home. The best thing you can do tonight is go home, Mom. My son said it quietly, without looking me in the eye. I stood on his front porch with a small bag of homemade cookies and fruit in my hands, smiling like a fool, right up until my smile froze. I thought maybe I misheard him. Maybe he was joking. But the way his shoulders tensed told me he meant every word. I wish I could say I understood what was going on. But the truth is, I had no idea why my son didn't want me inside his home that night. What I didn't know was that the real reason, the shocking reason, was something far more heartbreaking than anything I could have imagined. A few hours earlier, around 7 p.m., my son texted me, "Mom, could you come over for a bit?" He rarely asked me to visit. I felt excited, like I had been invited into a small part of his grown-up life. So I put together a little bag with snacks, fruit, and some warm banana bread I'd baked that morning. I even wore my nicer sweater. When I arrived at his house around 8 p.m., I rang the doorbell with a smile. He opened the door halfway. His face looked tight, stiff. Behind him, the house was dim, no TV, no music, no movement. "Everything okay?" I asked. He swallowed hard. "Mom, tonight isn't a good time." I peeked past him and saw my daughter-in-law sitting at the kitchen table, head down, not moving. "Is she sick? Did something happen?" My son shook his head. His jaw clenched. "Mom, please, just go home for tonight." There was no anger in his voice, just exhaustion, fear, even. I stood frozen. The cold porch air hit my face harder than the wind. "Did I do something?" I whispered, but he didn't answer. He simply closed the door softly, but firmly, and just like that, I was alone on the porch. I walked to my car, but I didn't get in. I couldn't. My hands were trembling so badly, I couldn't hold the keys. I sat at a bus stop instead, because I didn't trust myself to drive. I waited and waited. The night felt endless. At 2 a.m., I finally went home. But that night wasn't just strange, it was the beginning of a truth I was completely unprepared to face. The phone call that changed everything. Around 1130 p.m., as I sat at the empty bus stop, my phone rang. Caller ID: Lily's mom, my daughter-in-law's mother. My heart dropped. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. "Mrs. Parker, are you okay? Where are you right now?" Her voice was shaking. "I'm heading home," I lied. I didn't want to tell her I was sitting alone in the cold. There was a long pause. "I'm so sorry," she finally said. "I think you deserve to know what happened today." My spine straightened. I held my breath. "Lily had an appointment at the clinic this afternoon," she said softly. "They diagnosed her with severe depression." The world seemed to tilt. "Depression, a very serious level," she continued. "She's been struggling for months." Today she broke down completely. I covered my mouth with my hand. My daughter-in-law, the cheerful, polite young woman who always smiled. Her mother kept talking, voice cracking. She was in no condition to see anyone today, not even family. "Your son panicked. He didn't know how to tell you without upsetting her more." I stared at the cold sidewalk beneath my feet. "So that's why he told me to leave." "Yes, he wasn't rejecting you. He was just trying to protect her." She was trembling, crying, saying she couldn't handle seeing anyone. My chest tightened painfully. I had assumed the worst, that they didn't want me there, that I was a burden. But the truth was far more heartbreaking. They weren't shutting me out. They were trying to hold themselves together. There was another silence. Then, quietly, Lily's mom said, "She didn't even want me there today." And suddenly, everything made sense. My son wasn't choosing his wife over me. He was choosing to keep her safe. At 2 a.m., the first bus finally came. I got on with tears running silently down my face. Why she feared seeing me. The next morning, Lily's mother called again. "Mrs. Parker, I think you should know the whole truth." So we met at a cafe downtown. She looked tired, like she hadn't slept at all. After we sat down, she sighed heavily. "Lily wasn't afraid of you, exactly. She was afraid of disappointing you." "Disappointing me?" I repeated, my heart clenched. Yes, she felt she had to be the perfect wife, the perfect daughter-in-law. She felt she had to clean constantly, cook beautifully, keep everything flawless. I blinked in shock. I never asked her to do that. I know, but Lily put that pressure on herself. She kept saying, "John's mom raised such a good son. I can't let her down." I swallowed hard. Then Lily's mother said the words that broke me. "She had a miscarriage 2 months ago." My hands shook. "She thought you would think she failed as a wife. She thought she wasn't enough." My eyes burned. I wasn't angry, I was devastated. How could she ever think that? Because she never believed she was allowed to be imperfect. Around you, her mother whispered. She admired you, but she also feared you. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. All those times I tried to stay out of their way, to be polite, to keep a respectful distance. She mistook it as coldness, as judgment, as an impossible standard, and I mistook her silence as rejection. We were both hurting, without ever speaking to each other. The message that made me cry. 3 days later, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Lily. Mom, if you're willing, can we meet? I stared at the screen, frozen. She had never called me mom before. I replied immediately. Yes, anytime, anywhere. We met at a small park nearby. The winter air was crisp, and the sky was clear. She sat on a bench, hands clasped tightly. When she looked up at me, her eyes were red. I'm so sorry, she whispered. I wasn't avoiding you because I disliked you. I just didn't know how to face you. I sat beside her, slow and gentle. You don't have to apologize, sweetheart. She started crying. I felt like I had to be someone perfect when you were around. And the more I tried not to bother you, not to disappoint you, the more I felt like I was failing. I took her hands. You never had to be perfect. You just had to be yourself. She leaned into me, trembling. Can we start over? Not as the perfect anything, just as family? I hugged her tightly. Yes, I whispered. Of course we can. And for the first time, I felt her relax in my arms. The night their door opened again. 2 weeks later, I received another message from my son. Mom, we'd like you to come over for dinner. Lily wants to see you. I stood in front of their door that evening, heart pounding. When the door opened, it wasn't my son who greeted me. It was Lily. She smiled softly. We're really glad you're here. Her voice was still fragile, but sincere. Inside, the lights were warm, the atmosphere gentle, and for the first time in a long while, I felt like I belonged. We talked. We laughed a little. We didn't force anything. We just existed together, as people learning to be family again. That night, as I walked home, I realized something. Family doesn't fall apart from distance. It falls apart from silence. And we, my son, my daughter-in-law, and I, had finally chosen to speak. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It's a great help.